Welcome, Indivisibles. This is the start. Well, we'll be starting in about 2 or 3 minutes, it looks like. But this is our Southern Oregon People's Climate Movement. So just welcome, enjoy the broadcast. We should be getting started soon. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look around. There are a grip of people here.
Eu sou
Started here in the next few minutes. Scheduled, right? There's quite a turnout today. I've seen a bunch of individuals here. Veterans for Peace. Just a great turnout. Very positive vibe. People are dancing. This is great. So please continue watching. Enjoy the broadcast, and I'll be getting back to you a little later. How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Wow. Good turnout, huh? time.
I gotta try not
Yes.
Well, I'm a veteran too.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
I'm intrigued by this. It's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, same here.
It's definitely how I feel about climate change. It's kind of like, hey,
It's affecting national security.
there you go.
The Pentagon said so. That's how I know.
Yeah. I like that. I feel like more people should be talking about this.
I agree.
Back off from us.
No. Agreed. My Facebook page is at the bottom. Progressive Patriotic Resistance Group. Come join us. Nice to meet you. I think I'd be awesome. Thank you. Take care.
The philosophy that hold one race superior and another inferior is finally permanently abandoned.
How you doing?
Discredited, totally downstruck. Everywhere. Until the basic human rights guaranteed to walk without fearing. I gotta cry until they're no longer first class and second class citizens and nation.
I love the positive energy.
War in the West.
Very wide angle lens. What's that?
They're saying it's about that time.
Yeah, I would think. I got nowhere else to be anyways.
Right? All right, folks, the show's about ready to begin here in just a minute. At least that's the word I've been given.
We recognize that many tribes and bands and people who call the Klamath Basin region their ancestral territory and highlight the continued sovereignty of the 9 tribes of Oregon and Northern Californian tribes that have ties to this land and this place. Let us take a moment to start this march off correctly. We'd like to welcome Dan Wampana. Woo!
Bonjour. Ninja cause opportunity Nindu day Magiziwag. This is a beautiful day that we have today. It's very, very kind to see all the people getting up off their couches and coming over here and fighting for our future generations. We stand on Shasta territory. This is their traditional territory. We'd like to recognize the Shasta and all of their ancestors who are buried in this ground, all of their villages who have been paved over. We'd like to recognize them. We have a large fight ahead of us. The Hopi say, know your water, know your gardens, gather your communities. But this could be a good time. So it looks like we're having a good time so far. We want to start this off with a good way. We want to start it off with a prayer. We want to invite the Creator. We want to invite the four winds. We want to invite the Mother Earth, because we get all of our energy from the Mother Earth. All of our energy comes from her. We want to acknowledge that she gets all her energy from the sun. And so when we move towards solar power, we are divesting from what we are doing right now is burning our relations. And if you don't believe that, check the DNA record. Because all of these fossil fuels, all of these crustaceans, grasses, plants that have died before us and made the oil, those are our relations. Even the Christians have a dichotomy of what is underground is not good for us. So let's rely on what is above, because it's up to us each individually. We can't rely on governments. We have to look laterally. We have to look who's at our shoulders for power. So I'm going to say a prayer really quick, and we're going to get us all started. I'm going to ask you all to pray in your own ways, however you pray. If you're not a prayerful person, think positive thoughts. I ask that you come and that you bless these people and that you give them good protections this day. I ask that you take care of their needs and as you take care of their roads as they walk down this road. I ask that you give their voices power as we change this Mother Earth into a more beneficial place to live in for future generations. I ask that you bless all the future generations. I thank you for bringing us all together at Standing Rock, that we can all have a voice together to fight in this battle. I thank you for the great awakening that has happened around the world. I thank you for bringing us all voices in our hearts to come to this road here, to fight for our future generations. I ask that you watch out over all the colors of the hoop as we come and wake up worldwide, and as you give our leaders powerful voices, and that you give them good ears to hear what the messages are, that what we can do for our future generations. I ask that you watch out over all these indigenous communities around the world as they fight for Mother Earth and have been fighting for Mother Earth, because the earth is our church. The earth is what is sacred, is what is holy. The earth is made of spirituality. We thank you for this knowledge. There is only one creation created. We recognize this, and by studying this creation, we study you. We come closer to spirituality, what true spirituality is, and not religion. We ask that you watch out over all those people who've been colonized in their minds and their hearts and their bodies by the society. We ask that you wake them up. We ask that you help them to achieve what is human, what it is to be a human being, or what you've meant when you put us down here, to be kind, loving, compassionate, to be giving, to be forgiving, to be gifting, to be gifted. I ask that you watch out over all those people who are waking up at this time right here, right now. And I ask, thank you for all these people who are born here as well, Creator, that we chose this time to be here. We chose our parents. We've even been given a brief glimpse of our life. And that we take responsibility now, and we stop being the victims, and that we stand up, and that we walk forward with our hearts full of hope, and with our hearts full of love for our future generations, and for all these holy beings out there, Creator, all these animals, all these plants, all these holy beings who've existed before us. We ask that you give them all blessings, and that you give them good clean water, good clean communities, and ask that you give them good future generations and good habitat to live in. I ask that you watch out over all of the people who are leading up in these climate marches, leading these groups and these groups that are fighting for our future generations, these environmental groups. And I ask that you give them very powerful voices, Creator. I ask that you touch the hearts of those who are driving our communities and are driving our world into a ground, because it seems that our own government has declared war against the people. So when they declare war against our environment, they declare war against our people, because we are the environment. I ask that you watch out over this road that we take, and that you give us all good blessings on this road from here on out, so that we can walk with clarity of what our true purpose is. And I ask that you help us to become leaders, each and every one of us individually, so that we can affect other people in our communities. I'm going to sing a traveling song for all those who have come. Chinguech.
Thank you for that blessing. I would also like to do a big thank you to all of the planners and organizers for this march. They approached it in an incredibly intersectional way. So we'd like to just do a big gigantic thank you to everybody who organized this. Yes. We'd also like to do just a very specific thank you to Nikte and Ricardo, who will be helping to translate. And we're going to try our best to be as accessible as possible. And can I just say, wow, you're a gorgeous looking crowd. Holy cow. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, just know that you are joining hundreds and thousands all over the world marching today. And they've been marching since early this morning. Marching for the planet. And we need you to add your voice to that story. So take out your recording device, your cell phone, whatever you have, and Instagram, Snapchat, tell us your story, and hashtag People's March SO, Climate March SO, as in Southern Oregon, or People's Climate OR, as in Oregon. So those Snapchats are hashtag Climate March SO, and hashtag People's Climate OR. And also, if you go to Snapchat, you can check out their awesome geo filter. It is pretty cool. So any of you kids out there Snapchat it up. Yeah. Now, my name is Claudia Alec. I work at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and I produce something called The Green Show, which is an outdoor presentation that we do every day, all summer long. And one of the things, and I've been producing this for a decade, and every day we write down what the temperature is at the top of the show and at the end of the show. So I've got a decade's worth of records. I can tell you climate change is real. Yes, climate change is very real. I now have weather protocols for different shows, extreme weather protocols. We've got a problem and we're all very aware of it. So it's very good to see all of you out here ready to recognize. Now, before marching, we are going to hear from a couple of speakers, and we're also going to enjoy a beautiful performance from Ritmo Alegre. I'm going to turn to my fellow friends and say, do you want me to finish up completely and have you completely translate? Sounds perfect. Thank you, friends. They're all the way over there. So, our first speaker, we're very excited, is Joel Ebo from CASA, Oregon Immigrants' Rights Organization. Before joining the CASA this year, he was staffed to Beyond Toxics, an environmental justice organization in Eugene. And basically, this man has been working in government spaces, in planning spaces, and he's somebody you need to listen to. Would you please welcome Joel?
Antes de marchar vamos a escuchar un par de oradores y luego disfrutaremos de un baile de ritmo alegre. La marcha comenzará a las 3:35 y marcharemos, y cuando regresemos al parque tendremos más música y oradores. Nuestro primer orador es Joel Iboa, de Causa, y trabaja con la Organización de Derechos de Inmigrantes de Oregon. Y antes de unirse al equipo de Causa este año, Joel fue empleado de Beyond Toxics, una organización de justicia ambiental en Eugene. Vamos a invitar a Joel para que platique.
How is everyone doing today? ¿Cómo están? Before we start, I'd like to do a little activity. For those in the very, very back, those in the middle, and those in front, I'd like you all to take a couple steps forward to be closer with one another, and so you can hear me a little bit better. So folks in the back, make your way up, get really close to each other, so I can see your beautiful faces. Favor de, vengan, para verlos mejor. Oh, come on, folks in the back, let's come on. There we go, look at that. So before we get started, antes de que empecemos, I would like to ask all of you to be patient with me. Les quiero pedir que sean pacientes conmigo. I will be doing this speech in English, in Spanish, and in Spanglish. Voy a hacer este discurso por la primera vez en inglés, en español y también en spanglés. So once again, my name is Joel Iboa. Mi nombre es Joel Iboa. I am the son of immigrants, and I was forged right here in the state of Oregon. Mi nombre es Joel Iboa. Soy el hijo de inmigrantes y soy hecho aquí en el estado de Oregon. As folks mentioned before, I serve on the Governor's Environmental Justice Task Force, advocating for environmental justice in the state of Oregon. Como dijo nuestros compañeros, estoy en el Comité de Justicia Ambiental de la Gobernadora, abogando por los derechos de nuestra gente en cuanto al medio ambiente. I'm also the coalition coordinator for Causa Oregon, Oregon's premier immigrant rights organization. También soy el coordinador de coaliciones de Causa, una organización que aboga por los derechos de los inmigrantes latinos. I also manage the One Oregon Coalition. The One Oregon Coalition is dedicated to fighting against anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim policies and ballot measures. And we are currently over 70 organizations strong, and we believe that all Oregonians, regardless of where they were born, deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. También manejo la coalición llamada One Oregon. Es una coalición de más de 70 organizaciones dedicadas a combatir pólizas y derrotar cualquier cosa que sea anti-migrante y anti-musulmán. My father came to Medford in 1986, following in the footsteps of his brothers in the 70s and of his father, who was a bracero in the 1950s, who came here in search of a better life. Mi padre llegó a Medford en 1986, siguiendo a sus hermanos y a su padre, que era bracero en los 1950s, aquí in the Rogue Valley. He was a tree planter, a firefighter, then a millwright. He worked in orchards and sawmills. Mi papá trabajaba como minero, bombero en los bosques, en la pizca, en los molinos, haciendo trabajo manual. And I came to environmental justice, vine a la justicia ambiental, because I grew up hearing stories of exploitation from my father, from his brothers, from his cousins, both at home in Mexico and here in the US. Vine a ese trabajo porque me crié escuchando historias feas de mis papás, de mis tíos, mis tías, de abuso no más en su país, en México, sino también aquí en los Estados Unidos. I've come to learn that our world is dominated by what's called the extractive economy. En mi coraje y angustia, sé ahora que nuestro mundo está dominado por lo que se llama la economía extractiva. And how does this economy work? ¿Cómo funciona esta economía? I'll tell you how. The extractive economy is a concentration of wealth and power to a small group of people regardless of consequence. La economía extractiva es una economía basada en la acumulación y concentración de poder y dinero sin darse cuenta de las consecuencias. And it does this by doing three things. Funciona haciendo estas tres cosas: extraction, exploitation, and militarism. It extracts by digging, burning, and dumping timber, tar sands, oil, and gas. Funciona como extractando, excavando, quemando y tirando gasolina, petróleo en nuestros bosques y en nuestras comunidades. It exploits through genocide people, the principle of money over people, the displacement of folks from their indigenous and traditional lands. Exploita la gente, forzándolo a la esclavitud y quitándolos de sus tierras ancestrales. And finally, this world leads us to believe that our world can sustain a life without limits. Este sistema nos forza a pensar que este mundo no tiene límites de lo que nos está dando a nosotros. And that, folks, is a lie. It uses militarism, violence, both physical, mental, economic, racial, you know the list. Usa la violencia física, mental, racial, económica, para que no podemos cambiar este sistema. And here are some examples of how that very system is manifesting itself here in the state of Oregon. Aquí les voy a dar unos ejemplos de cómo este sistema funciona aquí en el estado de Oregon. We have contamination in our water, in our schools, our homes, our rivers and our lakes. Tenemos contaminación en nuestra agua, en nuestras escuelas, casas, ríos y lagunas. Pollution in our community, both at home and at work. Polución en nuestra comunidad, en el trabajo y en la casa. Pesticides in our food, in our farm workers. Pesticidas en nuestra comida, en nuestros campesinos. Proposed pipelines like the LNG. Pipas propuestas como el LNG pipeline that comes from Klamath, que viene de Klamath, to Coos Bay. Oil trains, trenes de aceite. Have I depressed you yet? Si están depresionados, les voy a decir una cosa. I am here because I have faith. Estoy aquí con ustedes porque tengo fe en a better world, en un mundo mejor. A world that relies on regeneration of our natural resources, on cooperation with one another, and on deep democracy. El mundo va a cambiar con regeneración de nuestros recursos naturales, cooperación con su prójimo y la democracia profunda. We are going to stop the bad and we are going to build the new. Vamos a parar lo malo y construir a lo nuevo. We are going to draw down power and money from international and national holdings down to the local level. Vamos a devolver los recursos y poder del nivel internacional y nacional al nivel local. And how are we going to do this? ¿Cómo lo vamos a hacer? I'll tell you how. We're going to starve and stop a system where few have everything to a world that feeds and grows where everyone has what they need. Vamos a privar y parar el sistema donde pocos tienen todo hacia un mundo que alimentamos y crecemos donde todos tienen lo que necesitan. I have faith that we can change the world. I would like for all of you to look to the person to your left or to your right and realize that you are here because you have faith. Mírense unos a los otros porque yo sé que ustedes tienen fe que nuestro mundo puede cambiar. I'd like all of you to repeat after me. Quiero que todos ustedes repitan las palabras próximas conmigo. Our faith is our enemy's greatest threat. Nuestra fe es la amenaza más grande de nuestros enemigos. One more time so that the skies can hear us. Our faith is our enemy's greatest threat. Nuestra fe es la amenaza más grande de nuestros enemigos. We will manifest a better world today through our march. We will manifest a better world through our march. Vamos a manifestar un mundo mejor con nuestra marcha. Okay, you can start repeating after me. We will fight today, we will fight tomorrow, and we will win. Vamos a pelear hoy, mañana, y vamos a ganar. Thank you. Gracias.
From what he just said and send it out on Twitter so we can start educating the world. That was beautiful. We'd like to call up next Ballet Folklorico Ritmo Alegre. Beautiful members, and they're going to share some beautiful performance with us.
Gracias. We're proud and delighted to be here with you. We're Ballet Folklorico Ritmo Alegre. We bring you a small offering of the joy and the cultural presence that our group and the Mexican community, the Latino community in this wider community represents. We want to share joy, hope, and energy with you for this beautiful day. Adelante.
explain to you exactly how the march will work. We're going to march. It's going to be awesome. We're going to return here, and then we're going to listen to some more amazing speakers. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, however. This woman is completely impressive. I was serving on the committee in the city of Ashland to create a plan to address climate change. And yeah, and it was a room full of scientists and very smart people and activists and humans who have been working on solving this situation for a long time. Who out here in the audience has been serving on committees to help come up with their cities, to come up with plans to address this gigantic problem? Hey, all right! Well, this young woman who was a high school student joined us, and she regularly dropped knowledge at the table. So would you please welcome Claire Pryor to the stage? Shout out for youth leadership!
Hello everybody, my name is Claire Pryor and I'm a high school student from Ashland. I have been working for the past year to make Ashland a sustainable city, starting with an ambitious climate plan and now an ordinance to hold our city accountable. And today I want to tell you all what it's like to be 17 years old in 2017. To have grown up in the middle of this crisis and to know that my future depends on the action that we take now.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Claire Pryor y yo soy una estudiante de la prepa ahí en Ashland. Durante el último año he estado trabajando para hacer Ashland una ciudad sostenible, empezando con un plan climático ambicioso y ahora una ordenanza que hará responsable a nuestra ciudad. Y en el día de hoy les quiero decir a todos lo que es ser una joven de 17 años aquí en el 2017 y de haber crecido en un mundo con esta crisis, de saber que mi futuro depende en la acción que tomamos ahora.
First of all, it's scary. Every prediction about what the world will look like in 2100, when I may still be alive and my children certainly will be, is calamitous. According to the World Bank, this will be a world with extreme heat waves, declining global food stocks, loss of ecosystems and biodiversity, and life-threatening sea level rise. I hear these facts and wonder whether my family and I will be able to survive in a world like this. And indeed, the Deputy Director for the Tyndall Center for Climate Change Research went so far as to say that the world in 2100 will be incompatible with any reasonable characterization of an organized, equitable, and civilized global community.
Primero, da miedo. Cada predicción sobre cómo el mundo se verá en los 2100 años todavía podría estar viva y mis hijos sin duda estarán. Es calamitoso. Según el Banco Mundial, este será el mundo con las olas de calor más extremas, la disminución de las existencias mundiales de alimentos, la pérdida de ecosistemas y la biodiversidad y el aumento del nivel del mar que amenaza la vida. Escucho estos hechos y me pregunto si mi familia y yo podremos sobrevivir en un mundo como este. Y de hecho, el subdirector del Centro Tyndall para la Investigación de Cambio Climático llegó a decir que el mundo en el año 2100 será incompatible con cualquier caracterización razonable de una comunidad global organizada, equitativa y civilizada.
For me, climate change isn't abstract. It isn't even complicated. It's a year without snow on Mount Ashland. It's the collapse of our farms and vineyards. It's days when I can't go outside because of the smoke. It's the loss of a planet I want to live in, perhaps even the loss of a planet I can live on. And that's pretty terrifying. I run high school cross country and track, and if you are also a runner, you know the feeling of right when you're getting to the finish line of a race and you can finally see the clock that shows you your time, and all of a sudden, it seems like you're in slow motion, and time speeds up, and the seconds start speeding by, and you just watch, panicked, because there's nothing you can do. That's how it feels to be a teenager right now. I can't vote. I can't run for office. I just have to sit and watch as time flies by.
Para mí, cambio climático no es abstracto, ni siquiera es complicado. Es un año sin nieve en Monte Ashland, es el colapso de nuestras granjas y viñedos. Son días cuando no puedo salir afuera por el humo, y es la pérdida del planeta en el cual yo quiero vivir. Tal vez incluso la pérdida de un planeta en el cual yo pueda vivir, y eso es bastante aterrador. Yo manejo el club de cross country y pista en la prepa, y si usted también es un corredor, usted sabe la sensación de justo cuando se está acercando a la línea de meta y tú finalmente ves el reloj que corre en cámara lenta y solo lo miras con pánico porque no hay nada más que puedes hacer. Así es como me siento hoy, como una joven en este momento. No puedo votar, no puedo correr para la oficina, nada más puedo sentarme y ver cómo pasa el tiempo.
Second, it's angering. For the past 10 years of my life, I have been listening to politicians and leaders tell me that there's no threat to my future, that I have no need to be worried, that climate change is a conspiracy, or the science isn't certain yet, or Earth goes through regular heating and cooling cycles, or global warming might actually be beneficial to our crops, or no one can really be sure that humans are causing this trend, or don't worry, it will be okay. Don't tell me that it will be okay. When 97% of the world's scientists tell me that anthropogenic climate change is real and we have to act now to have a chance at stopping it, I think it's pretty fair to say it will not, in fact, be okay. And when my leaders tell me they don't care about global warming, all I hear is, I don't care about your future.
En segundo lugar, es molestoso. Durante los últimos 10 años de mi vida, yo he estado escuchando a los políticos y líderes que me dicen que no hay amenaza a mi futuro, que no tengo necesidad de preocuparme, que el cambio climático es una conspiración o que la ciencia es cierta o que la Tierra pasa por ciclos regulares de calentamiento y enfriamiento o que el calentamiento global puede ser realmente beneficioso para nuestros cultivos o que nadie puede estar seguros que los seres humanos realmente están causando de esta tendencia o que no nos preocupemos que todo estará bien. No me digas que todo estará bien, cuando el 97% de los científicos del mundo me dicen que el cambio climático antropogénico es real y que debemos actuar ahora para tener una oportunidad de tenerlo. Creo que es bastante justo decir que he hecho de todo, que no va a estar bien. Y cuando mis líderes me dicen que no les importa el calentamiento global, todo lo que escucho es que no me importa tu futuro.
Almost as bad are the leaders who tell me they do care. They do understand the importance of this issue, that climate change is one of their top priorities, and then do nothing. For the past 30 years that we have known about climate change, the same pattern has been repeated over and over again. Make promises, do nothing. But the problem is that time has run out. We no longer have the option to keep delaying. Which brings me to the last thing.
Casi tan malos son los líderes que me dicen que les importa, que la acción climática es una de sus prioridades, que ellos completamente entienden la importancia de este problema y luego no hacen nada. Durante los 30 años que conocemos sobre el cambio climático, este mismo patrón se ha repetido una y otra vez. Hacen promesas y luego no hacen nada. Pero el problema es que el tiempo se ha agotado. Ya no tenemos la opción de seguir demorando. Lo que me lleva al último punto.
Third, and most importantly, it's empowering. I've spent a lot of time talking about how awful the situation is. And it is. It's frustrating and intimidating and terrifying. But it's more than that as well. This crisis gives me, and other youth like me, the chance to fight for the world we want to live in. Because it's our future that's at stake, we have a pretty important part of this process. That's why I've spent the past year on the City of Ashland's Climate and Energy Action Plan Ad Hoc Committee, working to develop a plan that will help Ashland get to 8% emissions reductions per year. That's why 21 youth plaintiffs, all under 20 years old, are suing the federal government for inaction on climate. That's why there are so many young people here today. We understand that the actions we take now will determine our future, which is scary for sure, but it's also incredibly powerful, especially because along the way we can create more equitable and accepting and unified communities. We can create a society that values the earth and the people around us. We can create the future that we deserve.
En tercer lugar, y lo que más es importante, es que esto es poderoso. He pasado mucho tiempo hablando de lo terrible que es esta situación, y lo sé. Y lo es. Es frustrante y aterrador e intimidante, pero esto es más que esto está bien. Esta crisis me da, y a otros jóvenes como yo, la oportunidad de luchar por un mundo en el que queremos vivir. Debido a que nuestro futuro está en juego, tenemos un lugar bastante importante en este proceso. Es por eso que he pasado el último año en el comité ad hoc del Plan de Acción para el Clima y Energía de la ciudad de Ashland, trabajando para desarrollar un plan que ayudará a Ashland a lograr la reducción de 80% de las emisiones al año. Es por eso que 21 demandantes jóvenes, todos menores de 20 años, están demandando al gobierno federal por la inacción sobre el cambio climático. Por eso hay tantos jóvenes hoy aquí, porque sabemos que las acciones que tomamos ahora determinarán en gran medida nuestro futuro. Lo cual es aterrador, por supuesto, pero también es increíblemente poderoso, especialmente porque a lo largo del camino podemos crear comunidades más equitativas, aceptables y unidas. Podemos crear una sociedad que valora la tierra y a la gente que nos rodea. Podemos crear el futuro que merecemos.
Now we're going to practice the chants for the march. And I would like to invite all the youth that are here to come up to the front, close to the stage, and some youth to come onto the stage with me to lead the chants. We're going to practice a little bit because it's really important since this is our future, that we're the face of this march.
Vamos a practicar los cantos. Estamos invitando a todos los jóvenes que suban, menos de 25 años que pasen para poder practicar todos juntos.
Okay, does almost everybody have a yellow sheet? Okay, well, we're going to go through the chants on the yellow sheet. We'll start and join with us.
Ain't no power like the power of the sun, cause the power of the sun don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the sun, cause the power of the sun don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the sun, cause the power of the sun don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the sun, cause the power of the sun don't stop. Say what? Number one. Get up, get down. There's a people's movement in this town. Get down. There's a people's movement in this town. Get up. Get down. There's a people's movement in this town. Get up. Get down. There's a people's movement in this town. Get up. Get down. There's a people's movement in this town. Get up. Get down. There's a people's movement in this town. The people, united, will never be defeated. El pueblo, unido, jamás será vencido. The people, united, will never be defeated. El pueblo, unido, jamás será vencido. The people, united, will never be defeated. El pueblo, unido, jamás será vencido. Okay, I'll call you there. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. No pipeline! No pipeline! Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Clean energy! Clean energy! Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
No pipeline! No pipeline!
Now tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Clean energy! Clean energy!
What for? We stand for our sisters, and our brothers, We stand Hey, ho, LNG has got to go. 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 Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick pipelines out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Renewable power in every state. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick pipelines out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Renewable power in every state. Se siente, el pueblo es presente. Se siente, el pueblo es presente. Se siente, el pueblo es presente. Se siente, el pueblo es presente.
You guys gonna do number 8? All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to explain to you exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do this final awesome chant, and then we'll start moving and organizing so we can march. So, the next step will be, we want this march to be led by people of color and indigenous peoples. These are the communities worldwide that are most affected by extractive industries and colonization and this thing that we are trying to solve. So we were asked, all people of color, all indigenous peoples, please come to the front. We want you to lead us. Please come to the front. Now here's the deal, y'all. We ain't gonna take to the streets. We didn't get a license for that. But we are taking over the entire sidewalk. That is correct. So we're gonna have 2 different groups, one for one side of the street, one for the other side of the street, and we're gonna take over that sidewalk. All right, and there will be folks in awesome t-shirts who will probably wave their hands, and then you will know that you can line up behind them. Let's do that final chant to get us going. Youth, lead us away. Number 8.
One. We are the people too. A little bit louder, 3. We want justice for our people. 1. We are the people too. A little bit louder, 3. We want climate justice for our people. 1. We are the people too. A little bit louder, 3. We want climate justice for our people.
All right. All right, you guys feeling pumped?
Yeah.
You guys feeling ready to fight for social justice? Environmental justice? All right, Oregon. So, people of color, coming to the front. Hey, wave your hand and people should be lining up behind you if you're one of our organizers who's helping people to get organized. I know Paula Soul was one of our people, or Hannah Soul, I forget who actually. I just know it was somebody out there wearing t-shirts, so wave your hand in the air if folks should line up behind you. Thank you. So we're going to have folks organizing over here and then marching up this way and down the street, and then on this other side doing the same. So I'm still looking for my organizers just to wave their hands in the air so folks can know to... Oh, hey, there they are. Awesome. All right, so these folks in Rogue Climate shirts, do what they say. Okay.
Cool. So communities of color, indigenous communities, frontline communities. So if you're not one of those, please step back and let the frontline communities stand. Youth will be in the front too.
So you're all getting ready to march.
All right. Line up here. This is going to be
You're separating into 2 groups, one to march on this side of the street, one to march on the other side of the street.
Para clarificar, vamos a tener a comunidades de color enfrente y también comunidades indígenas. Entonces, si se pueden acercar enfrente, vamos a empezar la marcha.
indigenous people, communities of color, youth up front. Woo! All right. And we're we're gonna get you a banner.
Alright, so young people of color, come to the front and everybody else line up in the back. And then we're gonna start heading out this way.
I need a banner. Hannah. Follow me, Phil. Cool. Here you go, partner, Micah. Alright, so you want your line? Alright, hold the banners. Alright. You're gonna lead the march. You're gonna follow Sarah, okay? Alright. Got it? I got it. Alright. You're gonna follow Sarah? Alright, Sarah. Yeah, everyone follow Sarah! Just a truck to Sarah. Follow Sarah!
So you're all lining up. It's looking good. At the end of the march, we're going to return right back here and listen to more speakers.
Welcome. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to take 5 here. We will be resuming the broadcast when the march returns. In the meantime, thank you for joining us. We should be back here in about 20-30 minutes.